Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Vinny, and holy shit, do we have something to talk about today? The freaking game of trades with these ridiculous, utter garbage videos is back at it again. Guys talking about blow off the top rally, and Dylan's back from Europe or wherever the hell he was with his stupid shorts about the stock market commentary. But welcome back, buddy. Let's dive into what the hell's going on with this market.
Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks.
All right. Iceland was dope.
Love it.
Switzerland was cool. Iceland, real dope. Anyone that's going to go to Iceland, put in the comments. I'll tell you what to do. It's awesome.
Love it.
All right. So, Game of Trades, who I actually started off liking, we talked about that, and now I despise. They put out some questionable videos, which, by the way, it's just a different point of view. We heavily disagree. Nothing against you. I do not like the part that they advertise like an $80 service for like 2 minutes every video. That's a long time. Whatever. We're going to take a look at the SPY and some recent earnings things that are questionable.
Yeah. So this like Dylan told me he wanted to do this, so I watched a couple of most recent Game of Trades videos, and to me, this just demonstrated an utter lack of understanding of the basic concept of what happens with Fed rate increases and what the Federal Reserve is trying to accomplish here. This isn't just like a repricing of assets based upon a new discount rate. They're literally trying to quash consumer demand. If earnings aren't falling, we haven't gone far enough yet. Like I was like utterly flabbergasted hearing this, and then they're talking about Fed pivot. Maybe just November or December he goes so far as to be bold enough to say like the next two Fed meetings. I don't think it's going to happen. We're going to see it probably in the early first quarter of 2023, not before the end of this year. So I was like utterly taken back by that. That he would be calling for a pivot that soon. Plus, don't forget that the pivot predates the market bottom by about 14 months on average historically.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about another year and a half before we're actually at a market bottom based upon that, that's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So this video, this is titled "We've Never Seen Anything Like This." End of the S&P 500 13-year bull run may not be imminent. Bullshit. This is a quote. This is done, and he's pointing to the bear market on the chart. This is done. It's over. Inflation has been priced in. Central bank tightening has been priced in. The large bulk of bad news is behind us. No, he did talk a little bit about earnings possibly being bad. It will be. Spoiler alert.
So far, this season has been beating expectations pretty dramatically. So this isn't that pivot in earnings yet, is my point.
I agree. This, there we go. This is the video that was today. Real S&P 500 crash will be much worse than this. I agree. He was quoted as saying, "When I say recession, I don't mean 2 negative quarters of GDP. That's just completely ridiculous. A recession is a period where unemployment rate is rising." Problem. And is this time different? I know those are dangerous words, but perhaps this time is different, said every person for every single recession ever since like 1930, by the way.
Yeah.
There is a time in 1947 where we had two periods of GDP growth that they didn't constitute a recession, but it's just ridiculous to quantify that you have to have unemployment. We had a shrunk labor force. We lost 2% of the population labor force. And I don't understand why that's not being factored in.
I completely agree. And you're starting to see early signs like quits were down. Jerome Powell talked about that. That was one of the early indicators as far as labor market conditions changing. He talked about it in his last Fed meeting speech.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. Let me move my face here because the volume is quite important. Ooh, Vinny's angry, guys. He's taking a drink.
Angel's envy. It makes me happy.
Oh, Angel's envy's dope. All right, so this is kind of a zoomed in version. A lot of people are saying, hey, we pivoted because we had this big bull bar going upwards. We have not, right? The recent high is 379.69. The time that we approached that, we immediately fell. We put another doji. We put another hammer today. Ignore those arrows. Those are day trading arrows. Won the trade, though.
Nice.
We're kind of in just like a little bit of a distribution phase, all right? distribution, accumulation, I would say distribution. But we're kind of bouncing around between 356, 379. Until we get out of that range, this is anybody's game. And anyone who says it will go down, it will go higher, I personally think it will go down. I'm not 100% confident, but you really don't know until we break this ranges. And then, as always, we need to have a little bit of reevaluation if it breaks the bottom or the top, right?
Yeah.
Now, something happened today. Snap.
Ooh.
Yeah. Down 26% after hours. Okay, so this is pretty rough.
Yeah. Do you ever play that Mortal Kombat game back in the day where it, finish him?
Finish him. Yeah. Oh, I should add that button. That'd
That's
be pretty
effectively
good.
what happened here.
Yeah.
Oh man, brutal.
Not good. Not good. For some reason, Snap has an effect on Facebook, which I will never understand. This
Really?
is after hours for Facebook. No, you can't relate Snap to Facebook. Snap sucks.
So Snap always reports first, and yes, I agree. But the whole idea behind the kind of Snap being a leading indicator for Meta and Google is just a pulse check on advertising spending. That's really what it comes down to.
That's fair.
People are putting ad dollars out there or not.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to put my ad dollars on Snap.
To give you an idea, the difference in average revenue per user, it's $3 for Snap. It's like $40 for Facebook.
That's
For
feel
Meta.
better. So this was Google after hours. This is a little bit of a foreshadowing event, right? Once again, I think we are still going down quite a bit. Vinny, where are you at?
Oh, I completely agree. I'm buying Google and Meta as I can by selling covered calls against other positions I own right now. That's my play. Also, I took a little bearish trade in terms of an options. I sold a call credit spread on Snap today. You know, a little $40 win or so tomorrow when market opens. But my pizza tomorrow night is on some clown that bought call options going into earnings on Snap. So yeah, it's nice to know.
Probably Wall Street bets.
Probably.
We did have a video where we showed buy points of certain stocks, and if you want me to show you this yellow line was a buy point. We're right about there, so I'm probably going to buy 20 shares ish, just increase a little bit. I did buy a little bit more BABA, but we'll talk about that in another video. We are still fairly bearish here at Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks, and in the next 2 weeks, I think we're going to have some telling evidence. So
Yeah. Bearish, but buying at the right price. That's the way to make money.
yeah, I will say, you can't prove yourself right by saying the SPY will be at 520 in the long term without defining the long term. The SPY is going to be at 800 in the long term. Could be 30 years, could be two. I don't know. Eventually, it's going to happen. So eventually, I'm going to be right. So that's not really. You're going to define the timeline.
Yeah, completely agree. All right, guys. Catch you in the next one.
Have a good one.